still going. I feel like part of this experience of today's channeling marathon ceremony is to show myself that I can be in this space and that I can continue being in this space. Where sometimes, you feel like you can only do something for a certain amount of time. And then, you have to take a break, you have to take a breather, you have to do mundane things. And I feel like today is partially the allowing to play, the allowing to be silly, and the breaking and releasing of those old beliefs that that's not valuable, that that is not worthy of adult Sarah human time, that she should be doing serious things, even if it's like guided meditations and serious music versus her silly ditties and songs and making faces. But also, since apparently I'm supposed to do this all day long. Sorry about the audio dropping in and out. Apparently, they're being dramatic. Well, I'm being dramatic, not them. But yes, where I was going with that is that being in that energy, being in that heart space, being in that channel space is where I live. This is the vibrancy I carry day to day. Whether I am sharing through video or not, but that, well, apparently I'm sharing today, most of it, anyway. But this is my new normal, and very likely a lot of you guys' new normal as well, if not more so. It is, of course, always evolving, always expanding, always expressing itself in new ways. But we are expanding into different frequencies. And what used to be our normal, everyday frequency is evolving, is shifting, is changing. And with that, what habits, foods, things you did in your off time and your work time are also going to shift. Because what you needed to stay in that frequency that you used to be in is different from what you need physically and mentally to be in this new frequency. And I think this is part of the awakening, realization, embodiment practice to play and explore and see what makes you feel good and what doesn't. I know my partner needs very physically grounding foods that make him feel in the physical, make him feel like he can accomplish things. Whereas I feel like I need much lighter foods as I'm adjusting, as I'm changing. And then I can eat the more grounding physical foods towards the end of the day. But I also feel like I need to add much more energetic cleansing practices. And cleansing isn't quite the right word. It's more like a frequency reset. Because everything and everyone around you will affect your frequency in some form, on some level. Of course, the stronger your personal frequency is, the less and less outside frequencies will affect your resonance, and you will actually affect outside frequencies much, much more, which is what part of this journey is you becoming such solid frequency that you are shaking everything around you into your resonancy, because that is how we are shifting the entire planet. That's why you guys are all spread out, so that and some of you are closer together, of course, and some of you are forming groups like this Love and Light Collective and Alunia Circle, and there's a whole bunch all over the world that are coming together, that are helping to ping off each other to help raise the collective as well as the planets, and through that the cosmic energies to new levels. And we're not going to say higher levels, because that is a human concept. Everything is still all in existence, but this process is for us to experience, to explore, to remember the divinity in the human physical reality. And I know some of you say, why did we have to lose divinity in physical reality? And this is all part of exploring all aspects of divinity. I don't think we will explain that anymore. There are reasons that things seem to be going bad. There are reasons, but we don't have to explain them to you, human self. We know what they are. And if you really, really, really need to know so deeply, you can always channel the Akashic Records or the other history keepers, whatever you wish to call them. They may or may not answer. Only you can find out. But yes, you are all helping in whatever way that looks like for you to change the frequency of your physical reality And through that, the cosmos. And no pressure. Whatever, however, whenever you do what feels in alignment with you is the perfect act and the perfect timing. We love you all so much. We love you all so much. And we appreciate all the things that you do. All the things that you do, all the things that you do, because your vibes are how we groove, your vibes are how we groove. So we really appreciate you for saying yes. Happy days.